Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Mithun, and in this YouTube tutorial I'm going to show you how you can easily remove green screen in OBS to give your video a professional look. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. As you can see on my screen, I have the OBS panel open up. This is how you can actually record your screen and set up all the things. OBS is a pretty complicated software if you ask me for a beginner, because you need to set up everything from adding sources to creating scenes to modifying input and output and adding various effects and special effects to these sources. It can actually become really complicated, and that's the reason if it is just a screen recording and sharing for a corporate environment or even educational purpose, I strictly use the Peppo Cloud, and it is my choice of software whenever it comes to recording the screen. You don't actually have to install Peppo Cloud on your computer. It is a web application, so you can just go to peppocloud.com and get started with the software right away. Moving on, as you can see, I have the OBS software opened up, and in the software you can see I've already added a lot of sources that I needed to add in this particular tutorial, but I did not actually add the webcam capture, which is why I'm going to add it right now, so that I can show you how to add the webcam properly in OBS. And you may ask why you need to remove the green screen of your particular webcam footage. So the real reason is that most of us don't actually live in a place with a lot of space. I live in a room which is packed with stuff. My computer, my printer, my office stuff, everything is in my room right now, and I'm actually planning on migrating all of these things to a dedicated office room, but till then I have to work with what I have. And right now in my background I have a green screen. If I remove the green screen, it is a window, and that does not look professional in many cases. So I have to use green screen, and you will also have to use green screen if you want to add a lot of effects to your webcam footage and add some flair to your recording. Especially if you are not in a well lit room, you will have to use a green screen to remove the ugly looking background and replace it with a static image or something similar that would actually improve the quality of your overall video. So that's why you need to actually remove green screen and use green screen in your videos if you're recording for any corporate or educational purposes. I always use a green screen because it actually gives me the independence to modify the background. And since green screens are really cheap these days, you could go to Amazon and get a green screen for just 10 or 20 bucks. So if you can afford 10 or 20 bucks, you can just spend it on this green screen, and it will save you a lot of trouble. And if you are wondering how you could actually remove the green screen, I'm going to teach you how in this tutorial. So let's get started with this tutorial. The first step is to actually add the capture sources. I'm not going to cover that because it is too basic, and you can easily find a tutorial to actually show you how that's done. And I've also added all the options that I needed. As you can see, I have actually disabled the screen recording option, because if I enable it, it will actually show you all the 3D type of thing, which I don't actually want. So I'm going to just disable the screen recording, or I'll just replace the window capture above the screen recording. And then let's get started with the webcam capture options. In order to add your webcam as a source, just click on this plus button and video capture device option, and then select the video capture device. Name it whatever you want. I'm just gonna name it, I'm just gonna leave it at video capture device and nothing, and do nothing else, and boom. So right now it is actually by default selecting the USB video, which is the current webcam that I'm using to record. And since another software is using this particular input device, I won't be able to access it using OBS. So I'll have to select another webcam source. In this case, that source is C270 HD webcam. As soon as I select the C270 webcam HD, it actually starts capturing my webcam right away. So that's me, and that's the green screen that I was talking about, and that's pretty much it. Or you don't really need to do anything, and click on the OK button. It will be added to the screen, and now you can actually move this webcam footage to wherever you want. You can increase the size, you can decrease the size, you can crop, you can do whatever you want with this footage. I'm going to show you how you can do that in a bit. So I'm gonna add this webcam footage to right here, and I'm gonna resize it a bit. If you pay close attention, you will see that there is a blue border around this particular Microsoft PowerPoint. The reason is that it is actually a different source, and the source behind it is actually a different one. So that's the reason. But if you are recording just the window and not capturing the screen recording like this one, you will just see this blue border after the entire recording is actually captured simultaneously. So I'm going to place it here because that's the area of screen that I want to capture. And now I'm going to go to this particular sources panel, and I'm going to right click on the video capture device, and I'm going to go to the filters option. So filters option is the place where you will be able to add as many effects to your video. In this particular tutorial, I'm going to add crop pad, which is basically the crop feature that comes back, which is basically the crop feature that comes back with OBS. Just add the crop pad, and now you can actually crop from left, top, right, and bottom. I'm gonna start with the left. I'm gonna just remove that particular brown furniture that was visible, and now I'm gonna go to the left, and I'm gonna remove a bunch more of the space that I don't need in the video, and I'm gonna also crop from the top and make sure that it is completely green. And that's pretty much it. If I want to remove from the bottom, I can also do that, and that's it. After that, I can actually click on the close button if I don't want to remove the green screen as well. But I do want to remove the green screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually press on this plus button, and as you can see, there is something called chroma key. Before the chroma key, I will actually color correct, and I'm going to add the color correction option here. And I'm gonna try to actually add some brightness to this particular video, because if I don't brighten up this video in this particular settings panel, there will be some level of problems when it comes to removing the green screen. So I just increased the gamma, and it has somehow brightened up the video. Now I can actually go to this plus icon and add the chroma key. Chroma key is the OBS setting that you can use to remove the green screen. As soon as you select the chroma key, the green screen will automatically be removed. But if you don't have a green screen, and if you have a different color background, you can also use any of these three options, and even set a custom particular option to remove that. So let me show you how to actually remove the custom thing. As you can see, I selected the red one, and it actually removed everything that was red. So I'm going to switch back to the green one, and let's see how we can actually improve this green screen removal. As you can see, in my case, it has a lot of noise in the background. In order to actually remove the noise, I will increase the slider slightly. Make sure that you play around with the slider before you could actually find the best setting for this tutorial, because see, if I don't actually pay close attention to the level of noise in the background, I could actually eliminate a lot of detail in the webcam recording as well. So I'm gonna just keep it at that, and now it looks like the green screen has been removed completely. So I'm gonna use another setting which is called smoothness. This will help me in removing almost everything, but I'm just gonna leave it at that, and we will fix this border in the post-production. You can also use the color spill, which will actually help you remove the green, but I don't like that, so I'm just gonna leave it at that, and I'm gonna click on this close button. Once I click on the close button, as you can see in the OBS, here is my webcam, and it is actually appearing pretty nice. You won't be able to notice the border that was there when we were actually configuring the green screen removal using chroma key in OBS. So now you can actually add anything to this particular background. Let me show you how you can do that. Let's say that you want to actually have a bright white office background in this particular location. You cannot actually do that with effects or with special effects in OBS. For that, you will have to actually add a different source, and you can add image source. And once you click on the image source, you will have to browse to your desk to your computer where that image is stored, and select that image and click on OK. As soon as you add the image source, it will be available on the screen, and now you can actually bring it and place it to wherever you want on the screen. Right now it is on top of my particular webcam recording, so I'm gonna bring it below the webcam recording in order to actually bring the webcam recordings layer on top of this particular image layer. Now all I have to do is resize this image, and if you look at it, my webcam is actually a bit too big, so I'm gonna resize that too, and I'm gonna then be done with the webcam editing. Now if you don't want to have this big of a background, you can also resize it and even crop it if you want. I'm not going to crop it this time, so I'm going to leave it at that. After that is done, you can actually add these two to the group. You can actually group these two by selecting one and then holding the control key on your keyboard and selecting the other one. Now right click on any of these two and group them. Let's say how you can actually group them. Okay, so here is the group selected items, and just click on the group selected item and it will be grouped. Now you can name the group, and I'm going to name it as webcam group, and boom, that's done. Now I can actually minimize this group, and now if I want to move this around, I can actually move it around together. Otherwise I would have actually had to click on both of these, select them, and then move it, which is a pain if you ask me. That's how easy it is to remove the green screen of your footage using OBS before even the recording is started. But after the recording is completed, you don't have to remove the green screen using any professional video editing software or anything. So if you were wondering how that's done and how these professional YouTube content creators actually remove the background in their recordings, this is how they do it. So that's pretty much the tutorial for today. I hope you learned a lot. If you learned a lot, please drop a comment, and if you have any questions, do drop them in the comment section below. I will see you in my next tutorial. Till then, take care and bye bye.